Have you ever stood in front of your mirror wearing something you thought would look great, only to feel like something's just off? Maybe the pants you loved made your legs look shorter, or that top you bought for comfort somehow made you feel invisible. You're not alone. As we get older, our bodies change, our priorities shift, and so does the way we feel about fashion. But here's something I want you to remember. Just because your body is petite and you're over 50 doesn't mean style has to be complicated or out of reach. In fact, this is the perfect time to redefine what elegance means for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through 10 powerful style strategies that can transform the way you dress. Not by chasing trends, but by understanding proportion, presence, and confidence. These aren't about hiding your figure or dressing younger. They're about helping you look and feel polished, comfortable, and beautifully put together, just as you are. So if you've ever felt like fashion isn't made for women like us anymore, I promise you, this video will change your mind. Let's begin. 1. The secret power of well-fitting pants. Your legs are your height. Let's start with one of the most overlooked secrets in petite fashion. Pants. You might not think much about them. After all, they're just pants, right? But the truth is, the way your pants fit and where they end on your leg can completely change how tall, lean, and polished you look. A lot of petite women, especially over 50, gravitate toward capris or cropped pants. They feel cooler in warmer months, they're easy to move in, and let's be honest, they're everywhere in the stores. But here's the problem. Capris often cut you off at the widest part of your calf, which visually shortens your legs. Instead of elongating your frame, they interrupt it, and that's the last thing a petite woman wants. Think of it this way. Your legs are like a vertical line. The cleaner and longer that line appears, the taller and more balanced your silhouette becomes. When you break that line with a hem that stops mid-calf or a thick cuff that adds bulk, you're literally taking inches off your look, even if you haven't changed a thing about your body. So what's the solution? Start with ankle-length or full-length pants that skim your legs. High-waisted styles are especially flattering because they raise your natural waistline and give the illusion of longer legs. They also help create shape, which is key when you're working with a petite frame. And don't forget about the fabric. Choose pants with a little structure, not too stiff, but not clingy either. Tailored trousers, sleek denim, even a well-cut pair of straight-leg pants can do wonders. And if you're not sure about the length, here's my tip. Stand barefoot, and your pants should just graze the top of your foot. If they're bunching at the ankle or stopping mid-shin, it's time to reassess. The best part? You don't have to give up comfort to get this right. It's not about squeezing into tight clothing, it's about choosing pieces that respect your frame and highlight your proportions. Because when you wear a pair of pants that fits you perfectly, not just at the waist, but along your entire leg, you're not just adding visual height. You're reclaiming your confidence. And that's the kind of style that never goes out of season. 2. Proportion is everything. The 1/3 to 2/3 rule that changes everything. When it comes to fashion for petite women over 50, there's one rule that can instantly transform how your clothes fit and how you feel in them. It's called the 1/3 to 2/3 rule, and it's a total game changer. Most of us were never taught how to balance our outfits. We buy what looks nice on a hanger or what feels comfortable, but then we look in the mirror and something's not quite right. Often the issue isn't the color or the style, it's the proportion. Here's what usually happens. Many women wear tops that fall too far down past the hips. The idea is usually to cover the belly, the hips, or to feel more comfortable. But when you let your top cover half or more of your body, You're unintentionally throwing off your natural proportions. You're making your torso look long and your legs look short. And that's exactly the opposite of what a petite frame needs. So what is the 1/3 to 2/3 rule? Simple. Break your silhouette into 1/3 on top and 2/3 on the bottom, or flip it for dresses or longer tunics. When your clothing follows that visual ratio, you appear more balanced and taller instantly. It's a small tweak with a big payoff. For example, if you're wearing jeans or trousers, pair them with a top that hits just at or slightly above the hip. If you love a longer top, tuck it in or do a French tuck. That one move can completely shift the lines of your outfit. And for skirts or dresses, opt for high waists that start near the smallest part of your torso. A defined waist creates structure and brings attention to your natural curves. If you're wearing a longer tunic, balance it out with fitted bottoms, leggings or slim pants, and shoes that extend the line of the leg. You don't need to memorize complicated fashion rules or buy a whole new wardrobe. You just need to understand how lines and lengths affect your shape, and learn to work with your body, not against it. Because proportion isn't just about how you look. It's about how you carry yourself. When your clothes work for your frame, everything about your presence changes. You stand taller, feel lighter, and most importantly, you feel like you again. Ready for part 3? 3. Monochrome magic. How one color can instantly elevate your look. Here's a style trick that's so simple, yet so powerful, it deserves a spotlight of its own. It's called monochrome dressing. And for petite women over 50, it's one of the most effective ways to look taller, leaner, and effortlessly elegant. Monochrome simply means wearing one color, or different shades of the same color, from head to toe. And no, it doesn't mean dressing like a paint swatch. It means creating a clean, uninterrupted line that lets the eye travel vertically, not stop and start with every contrast or color change. Here's why that matters. When you wear outfits with heavy contrasts, like a light top and dark bottoms, it cuts your body into chunks. Each shift in color or texture acts like a stop sign for the eyes, making you look shorter and sometimes wider. That's the opposite of what we want as petite women. Now think about the last time you wore all black. You probably felt sleek, even powerful. That's the monochrome effect. But it's not just about black. Soft neutrals like beige, ivory, taupe, gray, and even dusty blues can work beautifully, especially as we age and want a more refined look. You can also experiment with texture. Mix a knit sweater with a smooth pant, or add a silky scarf in the same tone for depth. One of the best things about monochrome dressing is how easy it is. You don't need to match everything perfectly. In fact, layering different tones of the same family, like cream and camel or navy and slate, can create a sophisticated, put-together look without much effort at all. And here's the magic. When your outfit flows in a single visual line, your frame appears longer, more balanced, and more graceful. It works whether you're 5 feet 2 inches or 4 feet 11 inches. Because it's not about height, it's about perception. So the next time you're staring at your closet, wondering what goes together, try this. Pick one color and build from there. You'll be amazed how many combinations you can create. And more importantly, you'll start to feel more in control of your style. Simple, polished, powerful. That's the magic of monochrome. Ready for strategy number 4? Let's talk shoes and how they might be holding you back. 4. Shoes can make or break your look. Choose footwear that lifts you, literally and visually. Let's talk shoes. Most of us don't think about them beyond comfort or matching the outfit. But for petite women, the wrong pair of shoes can completely throw off your entire look. Here's the thing. Shoes aren't just accessories. They're an extension of your leg line. And that means they either help elongate your silhouette or they cut it short, sometimes quite literally. One of the biggest mistakes I see women over 50 make is wearing shoes that add bulk or break up the leg visually. Think heavy platforms, chunky sneakers, ankle straps that slice across the ankle, or wide boots that overwhelm your frame. They might be on trend or feel supportive, but they often work against petite proportions. So what should you look for instead? First, lean toward shoes with a lower profile and a sleek shape. Pointed toe flats or heels are fantastic because they draw the eye forward, creating the illusion of longer legs. Avoid rounded toes, which tend to shorten the foot visually, especially when paired with cropped pants or skirts. Next, let's talk color. A nude shoe that matches your skin tone is a petite woman's best friend. It blends in with your leg rather than creating a harsh contrast and keeps that vertical line flowing uninterrupted. If you're wearing dark pants or tights, match your shoes to those instead to keep the same effect. And heels? You don't need sky-high stilettos. A modest block heel, a slim wedge, or even a slight lift in a ballet flat can make a huge difference in posture, presence, and polish. It's not about height, it's about proportion. If you need ankle support, look for booties that dip down in the front, a V-cut vamp, rather than cutting straight across. That small design change visually opens up the leg line instead of chopping it off at the ankle. The bottom line is this: your shoes should work with your outfit, not against it. They should lift you, literally and stylistically. Because when your shoes support your frame, your balance, and your confidence, you don't just walk better, you show up differently. And now that your feet are taken care of, let's move up to something equally important: your bag. Because yes, even your handbag might be saying more than you think, and not always in the best way. Ready for strategy number 5? Let's go. 5. Your handbag is speaking for you. Make sure it says the right thing. You probably don't think of your handbag as a fashion statement. It's just the thing that holds your phone, wallet, maybe a few tissues, or an extra pair of glasses. But for petite women, especially over 50, the bag you carry can actually change the way your entire outfit is perceived. Here's the truth. When you're working with a smaller frame, everything you wear or carry needs to be in proportion to your body. That oversized tote that looks elegant in the magazine? On a petite woman, it can look like you're lugging around a suitcase. It overwhelms your frame, shifts focus away from your outfit, and disrupts your silhouette. This doesn't mean you have to give up space or practicality. It just means choosing bags that are scaled for you. Think small to medium-sized handbags with structure. Crossbody bags that sit neatly at the hip. Compact shoulder bags with clean lines. Or mini totes that hold just enough without overpowering your look. Structure matters too. Soft, slouchy bags can collapse against your body and add bulk in all the wrong places. Instead, look for bags that hold their shape. They instantly add polish and elevate even the simplest outfit. Color is another powerful tool. A bag in a complementary tone to your outfit or shoes can help tie everything together and keep the visual line clean. Neutrals are always a smart choice, but don't be afraid of color. Just make sure it's not the loudest thing in your look. And a quick styling tip. Avoid letting crossbody straps cut diagonally across your chest if you're wearing something flowy or detailed. It breaks up your outfit and can distort your proportions. Instead, adjust the strap to sit higher or carry it on one shoulder when possible for a more elegant silhouette. The goal isn't just to carry your things, it's to do it in a way that complements your body, supports your style, and tells the world you know exactly who you are. So, next time you're reaching for that go-to oversized catch-all bag, pause and ask, is this enhancing my look or hiding it? Coming up next, let's talk prints, patterns, and how to wear them without letting them wear you. This is where a lot of people go wrong, and where you're about to get it totally right. 6. Print with purpose. How to wear patterns without disappearing in them. Let's be honest, prints are fun. They bring personality, energy, and interest to any outfit. But for petite women over 50, prints can also be tricky. One wrong move, and suddenly it looks like the outfit is wearing you, not the other way around. Here's why. When you have a smaller frame, large-scale prints, big florals, bold geometrics, oversized graphics can overwhelm your proportions. Instead of enhancing your look, they become the first thing people notice, and not in a good way. They draw attention away from your face, your shape, and your natural presence. And let's face it, after 50, we've earned the right to be the star of our look, not lost in it. But that doesn't mean you need to give up prints altogether. The key is scale. Look for patterns that are proportionate to your body. Think micro-florals, subtle stripes, small polka dots, or delicate textures. These add visual interest without taking over. And when you do want to wear a bold pattern, use it intentionally. Let it be your statement piece. For example, a patterned scarf with an otherwise neutral outfit, or a blouse with a soft floral print paired with solid trousers. The idea is balance. Let the print lead and everything else follow. You can also play with vertical patterns. Vertical stripes, pinstripes, or prints that guide the eye up and down help elongate the body and create a clean, lengthened silhouette. Diagonal lines can do wonders too. They add movement without widening your frame. Fabric matters as well. A soft drape or flowy material can keep prints from feeling too stiff or boxy. And be mindful of placement. Prints that are concentrated at your widest point can unintentionally add bulk. Instead, look for designs that flatter your shape and guide the eye toward your best features. Prints are a beautiful way to express confidence, creativity, and individuality. You just have to be the one in control, not the print. When done right, a patterned piece can be the most eye-catching part of your outfit for all the right reasons. Coming up next, we're going to shift from what you wear to how you shape your overall silhouette, with the timeless magic of proportions and structure. Get ready for strategy number 7. It's all about finding your shape again. 7. Structure over slouch. How to define your shape. Without sacrificing comfort. Let's talk about something many of us do, especially as we get older. We trade in structure for comfort. We reach for loose, flowy tops, oversized jackets, or boxy cardigans because they feel forgiving. And while that's completely understandable, here's the truth. No one really says out loud. When everything you wear hides your shape, you start to feel hidden too. This is especially true for petite women. When your clothes don't have structure, your silhouette disappears. You lose your waist, your natural curves get blurred, and your outfit starts to wear you down instead of lifting you up. But here's the good news. You don't have to choose between comfort and shape. You can have both. The secret is in the cut, the fit, and the balance. Start by replacing boxy, shapeless pieces with items that offer gentle definition. A tailored blazer that comes in at the waist. A wrap dress that flatters without clinging. A cardigan with subtle ribbing and structure instead of a shapeless drape. These kinds of pieces work with your frame, not against it. Belts are another powerful tool. You don't need a tight cinch, Just a simple, soft belt at the waist can transform the look of a dress or tunic. Even a half tuck of your top into your pants or skirt can create an instant focal point and give your outfit intentional shape. And don't be afraid of layering. A structured outer layer, like a short peacoat or a trench with a belt, can add shape while still feeling cozy. Look for jackets that hit just above your hips. They define your waist and lengthen your legs at the same time. Remember, your body is not something to hide. It's something to celebrate, exactly as it is. Wearing structured clothing doesn't mean being stiff or uncomfortable. It means respecting your shape and allowing your clothes to reflect the strength, elegance, and confidence that's already there. So, if you've been reaching for the same oversized pieces out of habit, maybe it's time to try something new, something that feels just as good, but looks a whole lot better. Up next, we're focusing on a part of your outfit that often gets ignored, but it can change how graceful and lifted you look in an instant. Let's talk about necklines. 8. Flatter your neckline. Open up your look, not cover it up. Many women over 50 tend to reach for high necklines, turtlenecks, bulky scarves, closed collars, thinking they're flattering or safe. But for petite frames, these styles can actually shorten the neck, compress your upper body, and make you look more closed off. What works better? Necklines that open up your frame and draw attention upward. Think V-necks, scoop necks, open collars, styles that create space and elongate your silhouette. They bring balance, lightness, and a graceful lift to your whole outfit. If you love scarves, go for lightweight fabrics and simple ties. Avoid big, bulky knots that overwhelm your chest. The same goes for jewelry. Skip heavy chokers and choose delicate, longer pieces that fall just below the collarbone. Your neckline can frame your face, elongate your neck, and instantly soften your whole look. So instead of hiding behind fabric, let your style open up and let your confidence shine through. Coming up, let's talk accessories and why less really is more. 9. Accessorize intentionally. When less really is more accessories can absolutely elevate an outfit. But for petite women, it's easy to go from polished to overwhelmed. Chunky necklaces, oversized earrings, stacked bracelets, they may look trendy, but on a smaller frame, they can feel heavy and distracting. Instead, aim for balance. Choose one standout piece and let it shine. A delicate pendant, a single statement bracelet, or small hoop earrings can add elegance without crowding your look. Think of accessories as punctuation marks, not paragraphs. They should enhance your outfit, not compete with it. And remember, your presence should be the focus, not your jewelry. Simple, intentional choices go a long way. When in doubt, take one thing off before you walk out the door. That one small edit could be the difference between dressed and effortlessly chic. Next up, we'll talk about something that's often misunderstood: how horizontal lines affect your frame and what patterns to choose instead. Let's keep going. 10. Skip the stripes that shrink you. Choose lines that lift. Let's talk about stripes, specifically horizontal ones. While they can look classic, they often do petite women no favors. That's because horizontal stripes draw the eye side to side, which can make you appear shorter and wider, especially if they're thick or bold. But you don't have to avoid stripes altogether. Just choose smarter ones. Thin, subtle stripes are more flattering, especially when paired with high-waisted bottoms to balance the effect. Even better? Vertical stripes. They guide the eye up and down, creating the illusion of length and a leaner silhouette. Diagonal stripes can work too. They add movement and interest without widening your frame. Just remember, placement matters. Keep patterns away from your widest areas and use them where they elongate and flatter. In the end, it's not about avoiding stripes. It's about using them with purpose. When done right, they can be playful, elegant, and incredibly flattering. Up next, we'll wrap up with one of the most underrated style tools of all, tailoring. Because sometimes the secret isn't in buying something new. It's in making what you already own work for you. There's one thing I hope you take away from this video. It's this. Great style doesn't come from following every trend or trying to look younger. It comes from knowing yourself, your body, your proportions, your presence, and choosing clothes that honor who you are right now. Whether it's finding the perfect pair of pants, choosing a neckline that lifts your frame, or simply editing your accessories with intention, each of these small choices adds up. They help you feel more confident, more visible, and more you. And remember, you don't need a completely new wardrobe. Sometimes the most powerful change starts with a fresh perspective. So here's what I'd love for you to do. Pick just one of these strategies and try it this week. See how it makes you feel. You might be surprised by how something so simple can make you stand a little taller, smile a little easier, and walk out the door with a renewed sense of ease. If you found value in today's video, be sure to subscribe so we can keep growing together. Leave a comment and let me know which tip you're excited to try, or share your own wisdom with other women in this beautiful stage of life. Because style isn't about age, it's about owning every year with grace. See you next time.